Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really powerful message that's all about reframing how we see ourselves, and it does it using this incredible metaphor of a house.
Okay, so let's jump right in. The source asks us to imagine a house we've all seen. You know the one. It's totally ordinary from the outside. Maybe the paint's a little worn, the porch shows its age. It's just a house you'd walk right past without even noticing. This is what's called the street view.
And right away, this poses a challenge, doesn't it? It suggests that this common, external way we assess things is fundamentally incomplete. We judge ourselves and we judge others based on this easy surface-level view. But there's a much, much deeper story that this perspective just completely fails to capture.
So here it is. This is the crucial shift. That ordinary-looking house, well, that's you. And we're being invited to change our entire perspective, to move from that external judgment to an internal structural truth. It's the one seen only by the architect who designed and built it from the inside out. And whether you see this builder as a higher power, or your own core self, or the universe, the principle here is exactly the same. So let's actually take a look at how this house was built by exploring that original design, the blueprint that's completely invisible from the outside. What did the builder really have in mind from the very beginning? Now this here shows such a stark contrast in how worth gets calculated. The world's view is all comparative, right? It looks at what's visible, what's loud, what stands out. But the builder's view, it's never based on comparison. The focus is entirely on your unique specific design and the quiet, deep structure that was put there with real intention. And the source really emphasizes that you weren't just assembled from some generic template. Your specific qualities, like a unique texture of compassion that was formed by your own experiences, or a quiet kind of courage that just refuses to quit, those were intentionally chosen. The builder even poured the foundation knowing the specific storms you were one day going to face.
But what happens when things get added to that carefully designed structure that were, never part of the original plan? This brings us to this idea of unplanned weight.
And this is a really critical distinction the source makes. There's the weight you were actually designed to carry, and then there's all the other weight you've just picked up along the way. This unplanned weight, it comes from the failures of other people, from unfair judgments, and just the sheer exhaustion from fighting battles that were never even yours to fight. And this illustrates that difference perfectly. The weight you were designed for, things like purpose and love and belonging, that's like a settled gravity. It gives you a center. But the weight that was added on, that residue of judgment, the fears that other people placed on you, that's an unplanned load that stresses the whole structure in ways it was never ever meant to endure.
So if we're carrying around all this extra, unplanned weight, how is it removed? Well, the source describes this not as some quick fix, but as a really careful and patient restoration.
And the key here is that this whole process is described as careful and loving, not destructive. The work is optimized for depth and for thoroughness, not for speed. It's all about restoring what was intended from the very start. So this visualizes that super meticulous restoration. It's basically a three-step process. First, identifying the burdens that were never actually part of the design. Then carefully separating them without damaging the original structure. And finally, restoring the strength and the beauty of what was always meant to be there. See, it's a work of precision, not demolition. Man, this single line, it really serves as a powerful anchor. During those seasons of change, when everything just feels messy and incomplete, like a construction site, the core message is to trust the one who is still holding the original blueprint.
Okay, so finally, let's explore the future of this house. What does this restoration make possible? Well, the source suggests that there are entire rooms inside you that you haven't even walked into yet.
This is such a profound reframing of failure. I mean, the world might see it as a final, disqualifying verdict on who you are, but the builder sees it completely differently. A failure isn't who you are, it's just a description of a moment. It's not a reason for shame, but it's raw material, a source of understanding that can be used to build whatever's next.
And this is just a powerful message of hope. It suggests that your story isn't winding down. It's not defined by your past. Instead, you're actively building towards something new, revealing parts of your own capacity and purpose that were maybe sealed off until right now.
And this just transforms the very meaning of our scars. They're no longer sources of shame. Instead, they become tangible proof of a love that endured through the absolute hardest times, a testament that the builder never, ever walks away. So we'll end with a question on this slide.
It's an invitation, really, to shift our perspective away from that incomplete street view to the loving, intentional view from the inside out, and to trust the ongoing work of the one who is still holding the blueprint.